Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we generally work with the energies of the moon, but today we're doing working with the sun. We're doing the monthlies, which run for the Virgo season of August 23rd to September 22nd. And that makes this an August reading. Be sure to leave me a comment so you'll be entered in the drawing for a free reading. And so let's see what's going on here for you this month. I always want to remind you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising, because your sun sign is the core of you. It's how you view the world, but your moon sign is how you feel and react and respond to what's going on around you, and your rising sign, that's how you interact with the world. And so it's how the world views you. And you have a lot of root chakra work going on this month. Well, it's in your 7th house of partnerships, so let's see what that means. Do you need to feel safe and stable in your partnership? You do have a full moon coming up during Virgo season where you will be eliminating things that are not working for you. And so, of course, though, we have self-esteem showing up. Of course we do, Pisces. It says confidence, self-love, self-worth, pride. Yes, take pride in yourself, believe in yourself, trust in yourself. And we have presence, awareness, attention, reality, and connections. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what that noise is. I thought it was a motorcycle, but that doesn't make any sense. So it must be somebody blowing the leaves or something. All right, so what do we have here? We have family, physical health and possessions, belongings, finances, assets, treasures, family, belonging, community, culture. We have belongings and belonging. We have both, and we have vitality, strength, balance, and body image. This has a lot to do with that self-esteem, self-value, and self-worth, and so do your belongings and your finances. And so I have a feeling that there's a big emphasis on this month, you know, your 2nd house issues, which is interesting because it's your 7th house. So this must have to do with family, right? Because it's 7th house partnership. Where do you fit in? Where's your nest egg? How do you fit in with this family? What are you creating? What belongs to you? Are you hanging on too tightly and not being open and allowing the free flow of communication and finances? And are you allowing somebody to dictate to you how things should be managed when you do have your own voice? Although I don't see the throat chakra showing up here, but I feel like this is important that you value yourself. You need to value yourself so that others will value you as well, right? People reflect back to us what we are putting out into the universe. And so when you step up and you stand in your power and you stand in your strength and you stand in your self-confidence and you say, no, I'm worthy. So maybe this is about you, you know, saying to your partner, no, what I contribute to this house is important too. Perhaps you are involved with an earth sign, and earth signs tend to make a lot of money, and Pisces can end up often being the caregiver at home, and they're acting like, well, I make all the money, so I make all the rules, and you say, no. We're both doing our fair share here. And so this is about you understanding that that's important. And because when I see that physical health here thing, I almost wonder, do you work outside of the home and in the home, and you're doing all the work around the house, and you're not getting enough help, and you're not getting enough respect for what you do? So don't forget that what you do at home is also work. And there's supposed to be a balance, right? So physical health means to me, are you taking the time to eat right, get enough rest, you know, go up for those walks in the evening, wind down, you know, if you're involved with somebody, you know, invite them along. Say, hey, let's go for a walk, let's talk, you know, let's wind down on our day together. And then maybe when we get back, you can help me fold the laundry. Might be something like that. Okay, it is about the home all over the place here, because now the overall energy is the bird's nest, and the bird's nest is creating that safe space at home. So finances are definitely important here. Belongings, value. Virgo, new moon in Virgo has a lot of emphasis this time on financial situation. So it might be something where you need to sit down and talk about your finances and figure out where they are with your partner. You know, being rural, maybe you're saving for a home, maybe you want to purchase a home where you feel safe and secure. But I feel like it's really important that you stay in the moment. It says awareness, attention, reality, and connection. So just because things have always been the way they were doesn't matter. It's what you do now that affects the future. The key to the situation is standing on the higher ground. So you're on the ascent. You're moving in the right direction. That's important to note. Things are moving in the right direction. You need to stand up for yourself. Keep building on what you're doing. Working on your self-esteem, understanding your value and your worth. In the recent past, the muse, something inspired you, and you had to do some research on it. There was something you didn't understand. There was some secret about it. Mostly it feels like research. It feels like research of some ideas, something that you wanted to know, and you're still researching, but the information is available to you from spirit, and so it is add some, I am here. When you spend time in communication with spirit and you sit down, you say, add some, I am here, and then allow them to help you. You need to ask for help in order for them to help, but the guidance is here. So the inspiration's been coming in. Now start listening. You're up above the noise of that. You should be able to hear what's happening. This is really important. What you put forward in the world is reflected back to you. So when you speak kindly about yourself and with self-worth and self-esteem about yourself, other people will too. If you are putting yourself down, other people are going to think you're fair game to put down. If you are putting yourself down so that others will say, oh no, you're really, really great, that's false. That's not standing in your truth. That's not standing in your authenticity. Don't be fishing for compliments. Hang out with people who actually allow you to accept yourself for who you are because you accept them for who they are. Not false pride, not false modesty. Being authentically you. And reflecting out to the world your values and your value system will allow you to congregate with people who share values. Don't allow other people to tell you who you are. You tell people who you are. Okay, in the past, you have some kind of a creative project idea, soul work that you feel very anxious about undertaking. But I like the progression. We're going from the 6 of keys to the 7 of keys. So you're doing the work. You're listening to the inspiration. You're getting there. And you're finding the balance. That's so wonderful. Keep doing the hard work. That is excellent. In the recent past, you have the winged messenger. That means you were seeking advice and information and you were getting it. That's information coming in. Up here, you were seeking it, working on the soul purpose. It's beautiful. All right, so we have spring. That's Pisces season. So over the next 6 months, you keep doing what you're doing. Set your goals, write them down, start moving things forward in this direction. I think this is a spring birds, you know, with the robins coming in. We have spring here. I think it's going to come together for you during Pisces season. So you have a lot of work to do between now and then. You're going to have to go through the transformation. So you have the idea. Now there's the partnership of the idea. There's creating that work-life balance. Then there's that whole transformation process where you start implementing the plan and starting bringing it in. You're going to have to do a little more research. And then there might be something where you have to balance things out with the career sector, or you need to increase your finances, or you might need to make some job shifts, changes, stuff like that around the end of the year. And then you'll be working into your group work with Capricorn, and then pulling it all together during Aquarius, where you're like, these are my goals and my dreams, and I'm focusing on them. And then I think comes spring. So March, April, you're going to start to see things really start gelling, because in April, that's your second house. Aries is your second house of finances, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. That's these things right here. And so I think you're looking at whatever you're putting together now and working the steps through it. I think you get there by the time we get to April. So start, don't delay. Oh my gosh, I hate to see this. Your outcome card here is caught in the ruins. And I see that because I think this is the problem up here. What you put out in the universe is what you're going to get back. You have an opportunity right here to set yourself free, to not get hung up in the way things were in the past, to change things and move things the way you want. And since it's a future card, you can totally create what you want. That is not written in stone. That is, if you follow the path and the advice, you can create what you want. This right here is what I'm worried about, is when you look in the mirror, what do you see? How do you talk about yourself? How much confidence do you actually exhibit to the world, and what are you demanding from the world? And this is the area that I would really strongly recommend that you work on. Your self-value, your self-worth, your self-esteem. You're worth something. Maybe at work you need to tell them, hey, I do all these things. I deserve a raise. Whatever it is, what is authentically truth for you? So listen to the guidance and start using positive affirmations. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I meet the right people. I am capable. I am confident. I am courageous. I am capable. I am confident. I am courageous. And get out there and make the changes that you want to make. I am capable. I am confident. I am courageous. All right, let's get a little bit more here. This full moon comes in this month for you. Oh, I don't have the exact date in my head, but I want to say it'll be around the 17th of September, somewhere in there, or maybe the 13th. When that comes in, eliminate from yourself, eliminate negative words. I really feel like that's what's going to be important, that you eliminate the negative self-talk. Really kind of work on that. We have scrutiny, so pay attention to the details. And when you're looking at a situation, look at it from the vantage point of, I am capable, I am confident, I am courageous, and then dig into the details and pay attention to them, so that later you don't go, oh, I should have seen that, I should have done, No. You're going to see what you see when you see it. But by focusing a little bit more, you might catch more sooner. So even if you mess something up, that's okay. It's not a big deal. That's where the lessons are. And so, okay, so we have hidden realms are open and go within. To me, this is inside work. This sense of self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, this is inside work. So over the winter, you know, things are not going to be moving really fast. You just keep looking in the mirror, saying the positive affirmations, understanding that you can't see everything yet because we have borderlands. Hidden realms are open. Do the hard work so that come spring you can open up the gates of this negative energy that traps you, and you can move forward and really make 2020 your year. 2020, that in numerology, that's stability. So creating that financial stability for yourself is totally possible. Accept happiness with good fortune. Be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. This is about choosing happiness. This is about choosing your attitude. This is about choosing the positive self-talk. And you have Gray Squirrel. Find new ways of solving problems. And so I do think there's going to be a lot of paying attention to the details, going within and looking at it, scrutinizing things, working out the plan, working the plan to get to where you're going. I do think it's a ways off. So don't be discouraged. Don't get down on yourself because it doesn't happen tomorrow. This looks like something that's going to take, until April from the looks of things here. But that means it's important. Important things don't happen super fast, right? They require time. They require effort. They require you being consistent. All right, so you've been stressed. You've been so stressed. It's causing you to not feel right. So we have physical health, vitality, strength, body image, and balance. And then the two cards that came out, we have revitalize your nervous system and purify your body. So over the next few months, really kind of focus in on taking care of yourself, that you're in balance, that you're eating properly. And by properly, I mean every 3-4 hours, have a little something. Don't be so hungry at the end of the day that you get home and you're tired and you eat a bunch of food and then you sit down, you watch TV, and then you go to bed. I'm guilty of doing that at times in my life. So I'm not judging. I just know it happens. But I know that if you get up in the morning and you have a little something and then you go ahead and have the snack, and people say, well, if I start eating in the morning, I start eating all day. Well, okay. There's nothing wrong with eating 5 times a day. There's really not, even 6. It's just how much you eat at a time. It's the total amount of calories. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Your body, if you give it a little bit in the morning and you start feeding it on a regular basis, you'll level out your blood sugar, which drops, which drags you out, which makes you so tired, so that at the end of the day, you don't go for that walk. And if you eat big, heavy meals at the end of the day, then your stomach is upset all night. And it's trying to digest heavy foods, and it keeps you awake, and you're not getting enough sleep, which throws off the balance, which raises up your cortisol. And when the cortisol increases in your system, you start to store more fat. It's a vicious, nasty, horrible cycle. Yes, I have my 4-year degree in dietetics, so I know what I'm talking about here. So eating regularly. The other thing you can do is plan your biggest meal, the one that has the most calories for your breakfast, and work your way backwards through the day so that when you get to dinner, you're just having a little salad and some protein, and you then go for a walk. You're going to feel better. And if you want to have a snack in the evening, then do that. Just keep it light. So that your stomach's not processing. So popcorn's pretty light if you like that, and it filling, So try to balance out the way you're eating. And I don't know why that's so important, but I see all this stuff about self-esteem, self-eyes, and exercising regularly. If you can get out and walk every day, it helps your body to uptake the sugar. And it levels out the blood system too, which also reduces the storing of fat. So, Pisces, this is a thing, right? It's a thing. We all deal with it. So, anything else? Oh, water. They want you to drink plenty of water. That's part of purifying your body. So when you get up in the morning, lemon juice. So if you squeeze half a lemon into a warm cup of water with a little cayenne and ginger, I know what that sounds like, and it's really not delightful the first time you do it. Maybe not even the first several times you do it, so go light on the cayenne if you don't really like it, because it gets kind of burns but you'll get used to it. What it does is it starts your digestive system working, and it also wakes me up. It's like better than caffeine. So it's a great way to start the day. I drink it really fast, like it's a shot. But then it gets to the part where I start to enjoy it more. So you could skip the cayenne if you want, but it kind of gives that little real jolt to getting things up and start your metabolism working. Do that before you eat, like 15 minutes before you eat. So first when you get up in the morning, then hop in the shower and then fix your breakfast and you'll be in great shape. Just make sure that you are, on your lunch break or take breaks at work long enough to take the long way around. Park out, walk a few extra steps. It doesn't have to be a big routine. Just try to increase your physical activity over the course of the next few months and see where that takes you come spring. Might really help you with that whole sense of body image that's showing up here. All right. Take care of yourselves. Do the good stuff. You know you can do it. And hey, don't be down on yourself if you didn't do it today or tomorrow or next week. Every time you do it, put a little sticker in your thing like woohoo in your calendar and celebrate when you do it and don't worry so much about when you don't. Okay? All right? Be gentle. Be gentle with yourselves. You take care. We'll talk soon.